Hello and welcome to the Geek Show. My name is Rob, and today I am going to be talking about a game I have been playing. And this time out, it's for a game called Arcade Spirits. I played it on Steam. Now, let's get into the plot. Because that is what a visual novel is. Plot is the be-all and end-all for what this thing is. And this one is described as a romantic visual novel. Anywho, you play as Ari Kader. Well, Ari, let's just say. Yeah, Ari Kader. And, well, she is a 20-something who is going through a string of unsatisfactory jobs. And she just had like a job which she was working at a swimming pool, but it's seasonal by its very definition, only in peak seasons and off seasons. So now she's between jobs, and she's in a bit of a down again, She has a flatmate who presents to her this app, Iris. Iris is basically it's an AI companion who will make it possible for you to get your dream job and maybe even more. Really sort of bring your life together and be the person that you always could have been. So that's the character. The world is sort of, in the upcoming description here, it'll give a bit of context to what the world is, but short version, the year is 20XX, it doesn't specify. And the video game industry didn't crash. E.T. didn't kill the industry, basically. And yeah, so it's on a new level. It's a future world, but there's lots of things that are the same. As well as being a future world, arcades still exist. They are much more mainstream than they are now. There's Big, Little, and other types of arcades. Iris sees the plight of Ari and believes that her dream job, this is our first act, so I'm not spoiling anything sort of massive here, but anyway, her dream job is to work at a local arcade. And through that you find romance, you find your dream job, and you sort of have these interactions with a variety of characters. The staff who work at the arcade, the owner of the arcade, and the denizens of the arcade. Both older people and children. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm clearly not the target audience. I mean, I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. It's just you like what you like and you don't what you don't. And this one is a bit more internet culture based, and that doesn't really appeal to me. So, but far be it from me to say that because I'm not the target audience, it is bad, because that isn't fair, and that'd be very childish. But what I think is a bit more pressing point is maybe we're coming at this time that we really shouldn't be discussing visual novels as video games. I mean, yes, it is technically a game, and yes, it is technically based in video, just in the same as Choose Your Own Adventures are technically books, but they are very, very different than what a normal book usually is. So maybe it's getting to this point in the sort of furthering of what a visual novel is in the video games medium, where it has to be sort of defined as its own thing. It can't be defined as a game, because it's always going to be at a disadvantage. It's always going to be looked at as sort of a artifact, a type of game or a subset of game, which is basically these games don't have gameplay. You just make some choices and click some buttons. And that is doing a complete disservice to an entire subset of games in which independent developers and more mainstream ones can tell stories which just aren't possible within the confines of what normal video games are. It's a bit more expressive, a bit more open, and there's a bit more... well, it's just story. And whether this is the game to sort of lead that charge, I don't know. I think, honestly, the the arena for visual novels needs its masterpiece to, I don't know if it's mainstream, that's not a word for one. I don't think it's the one to bring it to the mainstream, the whole idea that arcade spirits, this is what this is. Stumbled on my tongue there a little bit. I don't think this is the one to sort of bring it into the mainstream, the idea that visual novels should be their own thing in their own place, separate from video games. But the sooner that happens, the better for titles like this, because unfortunately, when it's got to compete with gameplay heavy things, it's always going to be at a disadvantage. But anyway, yes, I'm going to shut up now, and there's going to be some footage here from a bit later on in the game for Arcade Spirits.
What a disagreeable fellow. Of course, I'm a Funplex regular. My name's Percy. I'd hazard you're our new floor attendant. I was here when Francine seated you behind the desk earlier. Well then, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I look forward to getting to know you better. What can I say? It's actually owned a movie cabinet once. Had it in my flat, but playing it by myself, all alone in the dark, it's not the same. I need the atmosphere. No, those you eventually learn to filter out. I mean, everything. The games, the lights, the kids. It's all about the emotions. The laughter and the tears, the excitement of competition. I need that swirling chaos of human emotions around me to play at my finest. Don't think so. Hell yeah! Care to dance? Bummer. Hey, wait. You're new here, right? Name's Mateo, but everyone here just calls me Teo. Oh, please, I'm nothing really. Nothing as special as you. I just like to show newbies the ropes and teach them how to play. Our community is small, but we're all super close. I think you'd be a perfect addition to our gang. So, what do you say?
Didn't mean to cause any trouble. Sometimes we just get so caught up in the game, you know? Of course you know. Hey, you should still join us later. Maybe when your shift's over. We'll all be here dancing until closing time. No problem.
Good day. Impressive.